Hi there, I'm Luca DiPietro,
And I'm Dylan Pergentile.
and this is your Thundercast. On today's episode of the Thundercast, we'll be hearing from Eco Club President Ciara, Vice President Jazmine, and Grade 10 member Faith.
Now that our friends have joined us, we're going to ask them some questions about Earth Day and their passion for the environment. So the first question here, what are some simple things we can incorporate into our daily lives that will help keep the world more environmentally friendly?
That's a good question. I think the main thing we can do is just improve our recycling and just our waste management skills, because it's a thing that a lot of people struggle with, especially I know my family and just even growing up, we don't know where things are supposed to be recycled or what can be recycled or composted. So I think just educating ourselves on what can be done and how we can improve that can really just improve the environment and our everyday lives.
Yeah, to piggyback on that, there's simple things with recycling that I think aren't common knowledge. Like it would be so easy to like wash out a juice bottle after using it. It'll make so many lives easier when you go to the recycling plant. So like simple things that you might not think about every day that would improve the overall so much. So yeah.
Yeah, like what Ciara said, I think it's a really good idea to educate ourselves and others about all of the issues that are going on. And I also think that turning off the lights and any electronics that we're not using when we're not using them would also be a good way to like conserve electricity and other fossil fuels in the environment.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for those insightful responses. We'll be sure to take you up on those and inherit those practices in our own lives. So our next question for the three of you is, what has been your favorite memory of being on the Eco Club?
I gotta say, my favorite memories are the eco assemblies. I've been a part of 2 of them in my grade 9 year and my grade 11 year. Even though it can be like really hectic a lot of the times, I think the like payoff is like really good and everyone in the gym enjoys it. I also, even though it's a lot of work, I really liked our green bin program when we were able to do it. I just think it was good for the environment and it was something cool we got to introduce to the school and it was just fun.
That's true. I mean, the one eco assembly I was a part of last year, I guess, so much work went into it. There were so many different aspects that you wouldn't think of when you think of organizing an assembly. The fashion show was so much fun, going out and picking out clothes for people to wear that you're making outfits. That's always interesting and fun. But I think my favorite memory overall with the koalograms, they were so much work, so much individual work, but you really felt like a team when you're in a room painting these like individual cards to give out to people and wrapping individual brownies to then drop them off in class, and people were so happy to get them. So that was really cool. I enjoyed that.
The koalograms were really fun, but I have to agree, my favorite memory was the eco assembly and the fashion show. That was amazing.
For sure, yeah. I'm a bit offended that I have never been asked to participate in the fashion show, but we'll move on from that. And I think Dylan's going to have your next question for you.
Now, this next question for the three of you, it's a bit of a big one. What do you think is the greatest environmental challenge facing planet Earth today?
There's definitely a lot, and it's a thing of just the whole global community that we need to focus on. And it's a lot of like problems in different countries that are just coming to surface now. Like I was reading this morning about, I don't know if you've heard, Japan plans to like dump the Fukushima like treatment stuff after they treat it, all the Fukushima waste into the ocean, which is like a huge problem for our oceans and the environment there. So I think it's just a lot of global problems that just need to be brought up to the attention of everyone and need to be solved.
Yeah, I mean, obviously an issue is always going to be with rising temperatures and climate change. But I think one of our biggest issues right now, we've already mentioned waste management, but as a global community, we can't just keep dumping garbage in like a hole in the ground. Like that's not going to work. So we need to really improve, even with nuclear waste, we have nowhere to put nuclear waste. So that's always going to be an issue with our ecosystems, and animals can't survive around nuclear waste. So that's always going to be an issue. We can't dump trash in the ocean. There's like animals living there. So right now, I think the thing that needs to be focused on the most is waste management, but there's so many issues that need to be like looked at and farther talked about. So
I agree. There's a lot of different issues that contribute to all of this. But because there's so many issues, it leads to so many different animal extinctions. And one I read about very recently are the vaquitas, and there's only about 10 of them left in the wild. So yes, waste management and all the other issues we have to look at to stop all of these animals from going extinct so rapidly.
Yeah, and we can even see like animal extinction happening in our own province of Ontario. Like I know we were talking about at our recent meeting, just like amphibians like salamanders and like frogs have seen like a rapid decline in our own province just due to human activity. And I think we should be notified about that because it's our country and our province.
Yeah, I think it became an issue when we're striving to create smaller areas that animals can just be animals. Like we shouldn't have to dedicate the back of a field and be like, we're not going to cut grass there because the animals need to live. Like that's an issue. We need our animals. We need these ecosystems. We can't survive without them. We will perish without, like, that's dramatic. That's so dramatic. I'm so sorry. But like we just, there's small things that we shouldn't have to focus on because they shouldn't be an issue, but we're focusing on them anyway.
So Dylan and I have recently observed that Blessed Trinity has the platinum status as an eco school. And can you tell us a bit more about what that really means?
So every year we work towards our platinum. We have to re-earn our platinum every other year. So we've had it for like 7 years, and a lot of work goes into it. Right now we're working on it, and we have different things we have to do in the school in order to achieve it. So we like our eco assembly, we bring awareness to the school. We also have our green bin program or lights out, or even just waste management. And it's like little things in the school to make it a better place for the environment. And I think it's a good thing to achieve if we want to just become more eco-friendly. And I don't know if you guys want to add on more.
I mean, it gives us a goal to strive for every year, like to keep improving, to keep spreading awareness, to like not let the message die, because it's also just a nice thing to like see all your work kind of like come together and like really represent something, because sometimes it's discouraging. There are all just little things that you can do, like maybe not putting, I don't know, fruit and vegetable in the garbage and putting it in a compost instead. So it's rewarding to like see everything come together. So, yeah.
I think you explained it perfectly. It is really rewarding, and it's really nice to see other people participating in helping the environment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good thing of bringing the entire school together, like not just our eco club, but the entire school has to work together to achieve it, which is a good thing.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you so much. Dylan and I won't keep you any longer. So thank you so much for joining us today, Eco Club members. And thank you for being so passionate about our Earth. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
That concludes our 5th episode of the Thundercast. On this episode, we heard from Eco Club members Ciara, Jazmine, and Faith. And maybe this year, on Earth Day, we can watch my favorite eco movie, WALL-E. This has been episode 5 of your Thundercast, hosted by Dylan Pergentile
and Luca DiPietro.